Good morning, everybody. It's Chris van der Kerk here at Blue Rhino Safaris. Let me quickly do a video on what is available Kaokoland, Namibia. If you've never done Kaokoland or Northern Namibia, then it's time that you do. It's a really nice area to go to. The time of the year that we've picked for this trip is in April, which means it's still the end of the green season, so it's not dusty and dry desert conditions. We have much nicer end of rainy season conditions. The reason I'm doing this video is I had a single vehicle cancel on the trip because of medical reasons, and therefore there's a spot open. And the trip has changed a little bit since I've initially advertised it. The trip has changed, so let me quickly give you the changes and you can understand exactly what it is. Because if you don't want to do Van Zyls Pass, you don't have to do Van Zyls Pass. I took Van Zyls as a requirement out and I made it an optional thing, and I'll explain to you how we do that. So firstly, if you go into the website, all the detail is on the website. Kaokoland, Namibia, 12 April, 15 nights, 10,900. That's all the same. Distance about 6,000 kilometers. And it says Van Zyls, but Van Zyls is going to be optional, and I will explain what it is when we get there. Alright, so if you click onto the page itself, then there will be a little map of it, a few photographs. It will give the itinerary, which is obviously changed a little bit now. So the map as you see it there is very much the same, except for the Van Zyls Pass thing that is slightly different. A little bit different to get around that. And what we're basically going to do, if you know the Marine Flus, this red section is Marine Flus. Van Zyls Pass is it's about there that Van Zyls Pass pops out. So if you yes, there it is. Van Zyls Pass is right there at the river section. So normally you would drive up in this valley, then you cross the mountains to Van Zyls Pass over here into the Marine Flus and carry on with your trip. However, we're not going to do that. We're going to go up with the river in this valley and then turn down, and we are following a slightly easier road with all the lone men, those little stone mannetjies with the wire. There's a lot of them in this region. We're going to look for them, and we're taking a slightly different route to get around and then into the Marine Flus. So into the Marine Flus, spend a night there, and then we come back, and we are going to do a night, a bush night close to the Skeleton Coast park, but not inside it. We're not allowed to go in, but we will be inside of the Puros concession area for a wild night, just to experience a little bit of the desert conditions, very close to the desert down here. Orupembe area, that's where we'll do it, at the Bear Rock. If you haven't seen the Bear Rock, then make sure that you join and I'll show you the Bear Rock. So yeah, it has changed. So Van Zyls is not a requirement anymore. I do have one vehicle towing on the trip, and so if you want to tow something, then you can. It's still a lot nicer not to tow because you don't have to stress about the towing and all of that stuff that comes with it. But if you want to, you can. So if it's yourself plus maybe your friend who wants to come and you're looking at two vehicles doing this, I can make a plan and accommodate both vehicles. Even though the cancellation was only for one, I was happy with the numbers, but I can accommodate another vehicle if you are interested. I just realized I didn't tell you what the difference was going to be with Van Zyls Pass. So let me quickly tell you what is exactly going to happen. As I said, we're going into Marine Flus, but we're not going through Van Zyls, we're going around. Now what is going to happen is if you get to Van Zyls, ultimately, we would have arrived here, had lunch there, and then go into the Flus. What's going to happen now is we're going to arrive from the bottom. We're going to go into the river section and then have lunch. And while we do that, we are going to go up Van Zyls Pass. Just that last section, up to the viewpoint, as far as you want to go. If you don't want to go up, you just stay at the bottom. It's a kilometer. It's nothing serious. So we're going to skip the whole transition of the mountains. But we will be coming up with the river, stop for lunch, and go up to the viewpoint. If it's safe to do so, we'll do that. If it's not, we will go as far as we can, walk that last bit, have our lunch, take some pictures, and then come down again. So the idea is not to do Van Zyls in a forced manner, but rather to come in from the Flus side and do it in an optional manner. and that is going to be the difference between the two. So if you say, well, I want to do the whole trip, but I don't want to do Van Zyls if I don't feel like it on the day, this is the one for you. You can stay at the bottom, have an extra cold drink, and those who feel like driving up, you can drive up. There's no pressure on you. You don't have to do it. You can still enjoy the whole trip. You can catch a lift with someone going up if you want to. You can walk up if you want to. It's not that far. So yes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go around into the Vloes and then stop at Van Zyls for lunch and spend 2-3 hours there, making sure that we cover what we wanted to do there, and then we will be off to our campsite. So that is the big change. All the information's on the website. We are leaving in a month. We just started our preparation for it. So if you are interested, get hold of me rather urgently, and we can secure the spot for you. I can help you with the preparation. COVID has changed, so that Botswana doesn't need PCR tests anymore if you are fully vaccinated. So if you're fully vaccinated, we can just go through into Namibia. We do need a PCR at this point and one getting back into South Africa, but there's ways that we can manage that. You can go through rapid testing if you come back from Windhoek as well. So there's a few things that have changed for us on this trip. One is the COVID regulations is much easier, so going through Botswana now is a lot easier. And also Van Zyls is not included, and you can tow if you want to. So if you're interested, let me know rather urgently. It's about 4 weeks, 3.5 weeks away, and we will be on our way to Kaokoland for 2 weeks. Otherwise, have a great week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll chat to you soon. Cheers.